I am just gonna check that we're live, which I think we are, so we're good. I think I finally got my chat feature working. I know some of you were chatting away with me at noon today, and I was horrible and didn't think to look back, but I realized there were comments. So go ahead and use the chat feature on the Facebook Live if you have a question in the middle of this, or if you just want to say hi. I'd love to know that you're watching tonight. So welcome. My name is Laura Narbonis. If you don't know me and you've just stumbled across this video, this is my video for my monthly card class. So I host this every month on the second Tuesday of the month. We make 3 projects, sometimes 4, if there's something extra I want to throw in. Hi, Sheila. Oh, good, it is working. And that way you get to see some of the new things that are out. You get to play along with me and you get to hear all the updated announcements. Oh, good. So many people. Kayla, Betty, Gina. Hi, guys. Good to see you. So if you have a little brown envelope from me, there is a packet of 3 card projects in there. And tonight I'm going to show you how to do the cards. If you don't have one and you're just watching the video, maybe you can substitute in something that you own. I don't go through measurements on this video simply because everything is cut and prepped for those of you who are getting their stuff already. And oh, Kelly, I mailed yours even earlier this month. I'm sorry. Or I don't know. The mail just doesn't like us. Oh, and Alicia, yes. I even have that written down. I'm so sorry. Okay, Alicia, just type in there whether you want me to put one in the mail tomorrow or if you want to pick it up. I don't have my book handy. If you're doing bingo next week, then I'll just send it with you then. I'm so sorry. Sometimes my brain doesn't work. Okay, yes, back to this. So what I have for you is a couple announcements. Announcement number 1, you've probably heard this numerous times if you watch some of my videos. Oh, perfect. I will put it there for you. Okay, is catalogs. So these guys now are officially live. They started on January 4th. We've had a few fun projects on my Show Me How It's Done videos with them. But this is the first card club that we're actually using the products. So if you are a monthly club member or you want to get your class kit for free tonight, you either paid me $15 for the class or you get it free with a $35 order. You can order from these. You can order from the main catalog. Doesn't matter. It's totally up to you. The reason I want to highlight these is your January to June catalog, as it sounds, it's available for the next few months. You can shop from all the products. Just an FYI, come May, they do usually tell us which products are carrying over to the next catalog and which are discontinuing. So this June, I would really tell you, is like May. If there's something you want in here, order it early because I really don't want you to be disappointed when they're like, sorry, it's retiring and it's sold out now. Because once they run out of product on certain things, they just don't replace it. Things like paper, embellishments, that sort of stuff that the Stampin' Up! Doesn't produce themselves. Punches are a big one. We've had a lot of issues with supply delays. So I'm going to say, if there's something you want, dies and punches specifically, order it first. You can wait on paper, you can wait on stamps, because those things Stampin' Up! Produces themselves. But if you want a punch, like the ladybug or the hedgehog, that I know a few of you want, order those today. Okay? And secondly, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I'll highlight a few things as we go. But the second thing that I want to talk about is Sale-A-Bration. So we used to have this only once a year, and you'd get free stuff for every $60 you spent. The beautiful thing is we now have it twice a year. And so during the January and February offering, it's usually stamp sets and paper. And then I think like the summer offering was there was a couple kits, there was some dies, that sort of stuff. So they are different. And I really love all the things in here. Some are just like standalone products like stamps, but some things coordinate with an item in the mini catalog. So this one, for instance, this paper, this Daffodil paper, coordinates with the Daffodil Dream bundle, and you can buy the bundle and then get this for free because these items are all free with a $60 order. Okay, so I'm just quickly flipping through these. If you don't have one of these, I have them on my front porch for all of you in Edmonton. Or if you are in Canada and you need a demonstrator, I'm happy to send you one as well, okay? This guy coordinates with the Rainbow of Happiness bundle. So lots of fun coordinations going on here. You'll find some items that you're like, ooh, that's a great deal. This is free with a $120 purchase, okay? So don't get too excited that like, oh, you get something huge. You have to spend double the amount, but you're still getting a great thing for free. Like this is kind of a $27 stamp set, and this is $15.75 paper. So those two for free with your $120 order. Or you can have this giant special moments stamp that I'm going to show you up close on one of our projects. Just lots of various sentiments and stuff. And then as you're flipping through this, I do want to highlight, you'll find this free Calming Camellia set, and you're like, oh, how could I get that? That is free with a $375 order. So not probably what you're going to do on your own, but maybe you have a couple friends who want to order together, or if you're part of the monthly group, we earn that collectively because I put all your orders in together. We earn this, and so I'm going to draw out of my little magic wheel of names who wins that for January and February, okay? So we'll do that one next month. But if you're looking at your list and you're like, I have $375 worth of stuff, maybe we just need to chat about our join offer, which is our starter kit for you to come and try out being on my team. Because if you've got that big of a wish list, you probably want to take advantage of our starter kit. You pay $135, no shipping or GST, and you get $165 worth of product plus 2 free stamp sets of your choice. They can be anything from any of the catalogs, so you probably want to pick those higher price ones, either the $33 or there's a $53 one even with lots of sentiments and stuff on there. That's a really nice thing for you to try out. You do get a 20% discount for as long as you are a demonstrator on my team. And if you want more info on that, I would love to chat with you about it. I know it's not for everyone, and I also know sometimes I'll ask you if you've got a giant order, if you want to take it, please don't be afraid to say no, or please try it out if you want to and say yes. So if you have questions about that, let me know. I'd love to have you join my team. I have a wonderful group of demonstrators. We meet monthly and we make some projects together and just kind of have a little bit of fun. When we can get back in person, we also do some gatherings with our extended downline and some other conferences and things like that too, but nothing right now. So I think those are my announcements for you this month because they're very exciting as they are. So if you have questions about anything, let me know, and I'm happy to chat with you after the class. If I miss your question or comment, it's maybe just because the comments kind of keep moving up, so I can't see them. And I'm sorry to those of you who, I have some of you who I mail these kits out to, and I really do try to get them out, but I can only get them out like so far in advance because I have to have time to plan them and make them and stuff like that. So I'm very sorry that they haven't arrived yet, but you can watch the replay. Yay! Okay, let's get crafting. So project number 1 is going to be the card that has the Knight of Navy base in your envelope. So if you're peeking in there, you've kind of got some hexagons, some fun abstract paper, lots more hexagons. This is the card project kit that we're going to start with. So while you guys are finding that, let me just show you the card that we're going to make. This one I actually modified pretty blatantly from the catalog. I like to look in the catalog pages and see what their ideas are because it gives me a springboard to actually play and do my own with, okay? So I basically took a design that they had and I added like a base layer for the card and I switched up the colors and that's about it. But for you guys, you will have very different colors of paper. This Abstract Beauty paper, it's so different. It comes in a 4x6 and I've never had that before, but it's actually super convenient if you're using it for card fronts. So all I did was I took these pages and I made a card front that was 4 inches and then I just chopped off the 3/4 of an inch that I didn't need, and I put it on the inside of my card for decoration. So it made it so easy to prep these cards for you because you all have either one of these colors of paper and a strip for the inside, and all our cards are going to look different. Yay, so fun. Okay, there's a few colors missing because I've used them for other things. And I'll show you the stamp set here. So this is the Hello Beautiful stamp set. And it has just kind of some fun things that you can do like faux watercoloring looks with, like this guy here. So I'll show you how to do that. Oh, haha, I am doing another project with that. Shh, don't tell. That's for one of my show me how it's done, but I haven't fully designed it yet. Okay, and then I like to mount my dies on the inside. So this one comes with some circles, some ovals, and some hexagons. And you'll notice the circles and the ovals, they'll actually emboss some indentation on your papers too. So keep that in mind when you're using them. And we're going to use these hexagons for our projects. Okay, so let's get building. This one should be, hopefully, pretty easy. So we have a Night of Navy card base, like so. On the inside, we're going to put our piece of basic white, and this is going to be so you have something beautiful to write on. So just attach that with any sort of flat adhesive, so tape, seal, glue if you want, whatever you prefer. This is getting just attached straight to the inside of your card. There we go. And then also on the inside of the card, you will see you have that extra piece of designer paper that I mentioned. So feel free to use the same pattern you're using for the front, or you can flip it over if you want to try something different and put that. So maybe I'll do that for this one. That is also going to be attached with some sort of flat adhesive. And just so you guys know, I remembered one thing I forgot to mention. I am doing paper shares right now, and that is ending like tonight. If you want paper shares, you have to sign up because I want to order them and get them in and cut for everyone who wants them. So what paper shares are is instead of buying that whole package of paper, I have listed a price for you of 1/4 of the pack of paper. So that one, for instance, you'd pay $4.55 and you'd get 1/4 of the package of paper. So you get and see all the designs and have fun playing with it, but you don't have to buy all of the papers. Sorry, I'm using skinny tape here. This gold strip is going on too. So I do have a post on my Learn Scrapbook page listing all the papers that are available, which is all the papers from the new catalog. If you purchase the Take All bundle, you'll also get 3 Sale-A-Bration packages or like shares for free. And that's only available with the Take All package. You can't purchase them separately. But it's an option. Unfortunately, they do not count towards a club order tonight, okay? So if you're looking at a $35 order, paper shares don't count because they don't charge you guys anything for the work it takes me to cut them all up and the materials it takes me to like package them and stuff like that. That's all out of my pocket. So I don't charge you for any of that, and I don't charge you for those freebies that you're getting too. So if you want it, it's on top of your total, but you're certainly welcome to participate. Okay, now for the front of our card, whatever pattern you'd like to see is the one you're going to attach to the front. I did put it just on with tape simply because I'm already popping up my little hexagons, but if you want to put dimensionals on too, that's totally up to you. Okay, it's your card. You can make it however you'd like. Hear footsteps outside my door. Maybe they're just getting a book. or it's Aura. She's been really good. Like, she's recovering well from her surgery and stuff, but she does tend to stick a little closer to me ever since she had her little belly tumor removed. She likes to come up and see what I'm doing. Okay, so here we go. Before I attach my main hexagon, I would like to do a little bit of stamping on it. So you can use whatever stamp you have. You probably do not own this Hello Beautiful one yet, and that's okay. I don't have that mounted at all. So let me grab a couple things here. I'm going to use this kind of blotchy one for my background. And then the squiggle for the underline here. And then this calls for a Sale-A-Bration, wherever that one is. Nope, not you. Here we go. That one right there, okay? And you can use whichever colors you'd like, but I really wanted to pick colors that showed up in the designer paper. So I'm using Just Jade, Mint Macaron, and Misty Moonlight, okay? And again, I forgot to grab them. That's why I'm glad I'm back upstairs. Okay, so like I said, you can use anything you want, but if you want to copy how I've done this tag, you're going to start with Mint Macaron and tap, 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 like so. If you want a really light look in the background, you can even stamp this off on scraps, but I found it's not too bad. Okay, so there's my little squiggly kind of faux watercolor look without having to watercolor anything. So on top of this now, I'm going to put my sentiment in Misty Moonlight. And this calls for a Sale-A-Bration. It's going right on top of that squiggle. This looks fantastic as it is, but the squiggle idea was not mine. It was definitely from the card in the catalog, and I'm going to do it. So we're using Just Jade to add that squiggle right underneath. Okay, super fun. Now we can start attaching this to the card. So we're starting with this large hexagon, and we're going to pop it up on dimensionals. Ooh, just going to move this out of my way. So for this one, I put it kind of on the left-hand side, not in the middle, just slightly raised. Okay, so if you kind of even just find the middle of your card and move it over, then really it can go anywhere. It's just, this is the one you're going to work around for the rest of your pieces, so it's best to kind of find a home for it first. Now you should have 2 hexagons left. This one from the set is the smallest one, and then this would be the next size up. So we're going to put dimensionals on the back of those. And it doesn't matter at this point which one you do first. So I'm going to start with the second largest one, and I'm just going to line it up so that it shares a border with my first one here, okay? So I've got a slight gap in between them. They're not butted up completely. I do want a little bit of a gap, but I'm kind of keeping them parallel, and I've lined up the 2 corners, or the 2 tips, if you will. Okay, that means the smallest one now can be added in and just shares 2 sides with the larger ones. It will not go all the way to the edge or the edge here. It's just kind of in the back. Oh, thanks, Mom. I'm glad you like it. And then to decorate, because I just really like a little bit of life here. I didn't get my little hexagon die embellishments in time because there are, let me show you. Those are in the catalog. There's ones that are little hexagons and they're super fun. But they didn't come in time. So there's black and pink and just jade. So blushing bride probably. And they're actual hexagons. But in lieu, I decided I will just use the new classic matte dots. So these come in black, gray, ivory, and white, all in one set. That one is not part of the set. So you can just use a couple of these. I threw in a couple in your kit for you to use, and but I don't think I gave you 5. I think I gave you like 3. So you can always just do kind of a pattern like that. You could put that one on top. And if you have more on hand, you can kind of do the pattern in the catalog. So there we go. This one's really fun. I thought you could use tons of your scraps to make these hexagons. And then you can basically use, you know, 1 sheet of paper per card and make a whole whack of these. And they'll all look different depending on what you use. You could flip these over, use different colors, all sorts of stuff. So I'll give you guys who are crafting along with me just another minute to ask any questions you have or to finish this project up. I will post pictures of them, but probably tomorrow, but the replay will be available right away if you want to come back and just kind of pause on a screen or something. Yeah. Okay, hopefully we're good. I know I'm moving a little quicker, but that's simply because you guys have this all cut out. If you're watching and you don't have a kit, you'll probably just have to come back and just pause and replay a few little parts. But let's move on. If you have a kit, the next one you need, is another Night of Navy background, but this one has rainbow pieces. So very different. Okay, lots of rainbow stuff in this one. That's the set that you're going to want. I'm just gonna grab my catalog for a second. I wanted to show you where I'm getting a set of dies from. Okay, so this is the card we're going to make, and I'm using the new Rainbow of Happiness bundle. That can be found in the mini catalog. And we're also using the Hive embossing folder and my layering circle dies. So Bermuda Bay and basic white. And then this little cloud look, you'd think that it comes with the rainbow set. It is hidden inside this basic borders die set in the main catalog. So these are intended for you to decorate like envelopes with and stuff, but people have used them in a lot of fun ways, one of which is this bumpy looking one that looks like clouds. So this is in the annual catalog. I'll kind of hold it up in case you're like, hey, I don't have that and I want it. There it is. It's great. And then the other thing that I'm adding to this card, simply just by how I'm using it, is the use of the Designer Series Sale-A-Bration paper. Okay, so you get a whole package, nice package of Rainbow of Happiness Designer Series paper for free with a $60 order. And I think there's 4 of each of the sheets that you see here. But I'm missing the one I will actually want to show you. Maybe I used it. There we go. This rainbow is going to make your life so easy. Where did my thing go? There we go. If you buy the Rainbow of Happiness stamp and dies, there's a die here that's all connected and it coordinates perfectly with the rainbows in the paper. So you can sit here and cut out 6 full rainbows from this one sheet of paper, and there's 4 of those papers in the package. And then you've got them all cut. It's so nice to do, okay? However, for the prep of this class, I sat there with my cut and emboss machine and did a bunch of different colors, and I used them for this class and another card. So your colors will be in a different order than my rainbow is, but they're the same colors, if that makes sense. There's also a really cute paper with clouds, and the new cloud punch that we have in the catalog coordinates with this as well. I wonder if I have them here. I did a video last week, my show me how it's done. Yeah, here we go. And I made this set of note cards. So here's the clouds, you can see them all cut out. And then here's those rainbows that I cut out with the dies. And then this one I cut the white part and put a piece of designer series paper behind so that it kind of was a negative. So if you want to watch this video, just go to my YouTube channel or in Scrapplot. And this was last week's Show Me How It's Done video. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. And I think this is a $25 bundle or $63 bundle, one of the two. So either way, if you order this bundle, it will qualify you for the free paper. Also, keep in mind, my specialty class next month is based on this bundle. So if you want the bundle in time to play with, you can either order it in your club order tonight, or you can register for that class early and square up with me, and I'll make sure to have it ordered in time so you can complete your projects. So make sure to sign up for that, because the specialty classes are super, super fun, and I have a lot of fun with them. The one this month is bingo. That's going to be next Tuesday, and if you haven't signed up, I do have spots, so make sure to chat with me afterwards. It's $45. You play 10 rounds of bingo. You'll get a guaranteed prize, some make and take projects, and I'd love to have you if you want to do it. Okay, no more chatting. Let's do this card. Card base first is our Knight of Navy. Beautiful, yes. Okay, on the inside is a nice piece of white so that you can write on it. It's rather challenging to write on navy. There we go. Put this on the inside. I didn't do anything on the inside of it, but you certainly could come back later and add your own little rainbow, or maybe you've got some clouds that you want to put in, or a leprechaun from somewhere. It's not in this set, but you know, make it your own. This is your card too. All right, and then on the front, we've got our hive. Now, what I thought was really cute was I took my corner punch and I actually rounded some of these corners here. Find the corner punch. Yep, here we go. I did have it out. This guy. If you own like the old envelope punch board or even a circle punch or anything like that, you can make rounded corners too, but it's not going to make or break your project if you don't. I thought it was really cute to do this just on the 2 top corners. Okay, and then I'm going to attach this to the card with dimensionals. But one thing that I'd suggest you attach first is your little clouds, because they are cut slightly longer than you need. So then this way you can trim them. So let's just add those with tape. And having so much fun with this rainbow suite. Mostly because I've been planning for next month. I have 2 of the projects done. Debating what to do for the other one. Or maybe 2. Maybe I'll get carried away. All right, turn this over, and with a pair of scissors, you can just trim this off. There you go. Now on the back here, let's add some dimensionals. You do want to make sure you have enough to support it. It's a rather large piece. Okay, so your nice cloudy piece now going to get attached to the front. And I actually really like using the same color for my card base as this layer. The only difference was that I did some embossing, so they kind of stand out that way. But otherwise, it's really easy. So you can set this piece aside for the moment. We're going to do a little bit of work building our rainbow. So this white circle here can get attached to the Bermuda Bay one. Just flat, you don't need to do any dimension on that. Like so. And then you can start building your rainbow. So you can hopefully tell, you know, which one is the largest, second, third, fourth. You're going to start with your largest piece when we're building. And your best friend here is either going to be some multi-purpose liquid glue. You can use the fine tip glue pen, or if you really want to, you can pop these up with dimensionals by cutting the mini dimensionals in half. That will be the thickness that you need. Okay, but I'm going to just do my little multi-purpose liquid glue. I don't need to put it all over the place. Just a few dots will be perfect. And this can go in the top half of my circle here. Okay, so just gently press it down. It will dry in place in a minute. Now I'm going to take my second largest piece. And the key with these rainbows is just to make sure the bottom part of the rainbow is lined up on the same plane. And then from there, the rainbow will be properly spaced for you. Okay. Nice thing about glue is you could easily move this rainbow if you made a mistake. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just like mostly lined up on the bottom. Okay. Yellow is next. This is our bumblebee color, if you're wondering. Oh, and I'm throwing that back. It even landed the right way. Good job. Okay, here we go. Put that on here. And last but not least is Melon Mambo. The colors are Bermuda Bay and Granny Apple Green as well, if you're wondering. There. And put your glue away so it doesn't get into anything. Okay, there's your rainbow. So for stamping here, the Rainbow Happiness stamp set has one beautiful stamp that is linear. The rest of them are meant to kind of be stamped as part of a rainbow in the center here, that sort of stuff. So it doesn't fit my circle as nicely as I wanted it to. I could do this one here, or I could go to one of my Sale-A-Bration sets, this special moment, and I could choose a sentiment from there. So you can choose something that really fits with a rainbow, like Hello Sunshine, or you could do Hang in There, you could do Thinking of You, Best Wishes. There's a lot of sentiments on here that actually fit in our space. So for my sample, I did Thinking of You. I think for my next one, I might do just a card to say you're amazing. Oops, go back over there. We'll try that guy. And I'm using Night of Navy ink for that. So if you don't know, just to mount a stamp, pick it up with the block, and there's your writing. So opening up my stamp case, kind of like a makeup compact, and just tap, tap, tap. It's very juicy, so I don't need to twist or press really hard. And you can put your sentiment right in there. Okay, so doesn't matter which sentiment you own, they will all look really fun. And now that you've got this sentiment, we can add some clouds. So the clouds that I gave you guys are the velvet, white velvet that was in our holiday catalog, because I thought, hey, they're so pretty and I really liked the feel. But there is some new mother of pearl designer series paper that's very shiny and glossy. It would also make gorgeous clouds if you want something different than just, you know, white cardstock. So I encourage you to use those because you'll like them. Okay, put one of your clouds on the left and one on the right. And of course you could cut yourself so many clouds and play with them, but I just did 2 for the ease of it. Okay, so here is my little sentiment and decal. Oh, Betty, thank you. And thanks, Deanne. And on the back now, I'm going to flip this over and put dimensionals on here. This card is getting very thick, but you know, the rainbow kind of comes out at you from the sky anyways, so it's okay. And then I didn't actually add any rhinestones or embellishments to this because I thought it was beautiful on its own, but it's not going to take away from it if you decided that you wanted to. This is also a really nice place if you wanted to add like a silhouette of something. We have some stamps that have like a silhouette of a little girl or boy or a couple under the umbrella. If you have the old like dog or cat punch, maybe you're doing a sympathy card. This kind of like over the rainbow message, you know, that we usually pass on if somebody loses a pet or a loved one. Maybe you have that old cat or dog punch, just cut it out in black, and that silhouette would look really pretty in this area. But it also doesn't need to be filled, if that makes sense. You don't have to put something in there, but you can if you want to. Maybe I'll try and dig my punch out later and post a picture tomorrow with that alternative, but I of course wouldn't have this sentiment, so I'll remake a card. So there we go. There is card number 2. I will leave this just for a couple minutes here. Let you guys drool over it. I just like sitting here feeling my clouds. They're good. If your name is Tracy McDonald and you love Wink of Stella or somebody else, we could try that. I haven't tried it, so maybe I'll do it. You could take your Wink of Stella brush and let's see what it looks like if you just brush some glimmer. You don't have to cover the whole cloud. But, ooh, that's actually really pretty. It does give you a little bit of life in there. Tracy says, put that stuff on everything. Heck yeah. Look, even from me not holding it up, it kind of makes it look like it's got some depth to it. So there's my cloud. Feel focus, little camera. There you go. Cloud with the Wink of Stella. Just glitters teeny tiny bit. So there you go. If you need a filler to like bump your order up, Wink of Stella has got you covered. But when you get this, I need to warn you, it will come with like this little black ring here, and it took me the longest time to figure out. I have to unscrew everything, take the black ring out, and rescrew everything, and then my pen will work. So if you're buying this from me, I otherwise will expect a phone call that says, Lauren, my Wink of Stella doesn't work. You sold me a dud. To which I did to my demonstrator when I first started. Not meanly, but I was just like, Kelly, I don't think this works. And she's like, yeah, you have to unscrew it. So there you go. There's Wink of Stella. Oh, Jermaine, good morning. This is a lovely thing to wake up to. Just a card to say you're amazing. Okay, last but not least, some of you will have seen this card but not known that we're making it in my weekly video. Where are you? There we go. Here's two options. Okay, so if you watch my Show Me How It's Done videos at noon, I today made a card that looked like this. It was based off of our Flowering Tulips bundle. So you can go back to my YouTube channel or to Facebook and watch how I made this. You also were gifted with the idea of using the Rainbow of Happiness bundle to make a card with the same layout. So I didn't show you how to make this one, I just demonstrated it. But the gal that I got the inspiration from for that fold was Cindy Leby Designs. And I had to show this card to you and give this to you tonight because it not only featured a bundle from the catalog, it featured the coordinating designer series paper that you'd get for free, which I was playing with already with the rainbow bundle. So that's what you guys at Club tonight are making. If you want to expand your horizons and replicate something else, then you can easily go back to my Show Me How It's Done video and watch it to make the tulip card, or you can just visualize how to make that rainbow now that I've shown you how to make it on this card here, okay? But this card is completely 100% cased from Cindy. She did a gorgeous job on it. I maybe changed like the tag label, and that's about it. But I'm just going to say it's her card because I thought it was just a really fun thing to gift you guys and have you play with today, okay? So this will be your last envelope with Pear Pizzazz goodies. So I'm going to move one of these. They're the same card. They're just mirrored in the designer series paper. So some of you will decide, hey, I'd like this look, and some of you will want the others, or maybe I cut your paper differently too. So doesn't matter. Use what you got. Put that there, maybe? There you go. Now you can see it. Okay, there are so many little pieces on here, but I wanted to show you how to do this one because I needed to show you how to make these daffodils so that you didn't order the set and then hate me because you didn't know how they worked, okay? So we're gonna build the card base first, get that out of our way, but don't lose these little pieces, okay? So your card base and all the measurements are on that video for you. You're going to make a giant mountain, and then you're going to make a mini mountain right beside it, okay? That's how your folds are going. You've got a small mountain and a large mountain. And then with your bone folder, I would like you to make sure those edges are nice and crisp. Okay, so I'm going to do that quickly for mine, and I'll hold this back up to make sure we're on the same page. Okay? Mini mountain, giant mountain. Okay, when you have this, face it to the front. This little section kind of pops out at you. That's the one we're going to start working on first. So of your designer series paper, you'll see they're very clearly different sizes. So grab one that is about 1 inch and 4 inches wide. And this is the first piece that we're going to add right to the front of our cards. Okay? Those of you who are on my demonstrator team, we also made a version of this at our team meeting. So you guys are going to be pros. I think you can probably do this with your eyes closed, but please videotape if you're doing that because it'd be really funny to watch. All right. This little guy goes on the front. Like so. And then the matching piece of designer series paper is going to go in this large space here. There is nothing here because you really don't see it that much. It's kind of just a waste of designer paper. So totally up to you. If you have the paper and want to cut another piece, go for it. It'd be another 1x4. but you don't really see it when the card's open. So this is called a faux step, center step card. I like it. All right. So there are our fronts. For the inside, I have a piece of Very Vanilla. Now you guys probably will just add this straight into it. However, if you already own the Daffodil set, because you were very excited, you're gonna grab some Memento. You're gonna grab some blends, and we are going to add this little detail to the center of the card. You don't have to. I'm just gonna show you because it's pretty. Okay, so I've got my nice daffodil set. Ink it up. And technically want something under me. So I'm just going to use this scrap. Don't tell. Okay, and I'm just putting this right in the bottom of my space here. Okay, it looks really pretty if you leave it in black and white. Or if you want, you can grab some blends. So I've got my light Mossy Meadow, and that's what I'm going to do the grass with. And the stems. And then for the flower, this is where it's getting fun. So on the flower here, you can see it sort of start with your dark Daffodil Delight. And everywhere that Stampin' Up has put a line or detail for the petals, you also will put detail for the petals. Okay, make sure you've got all of it. And then you're going to take the light Daffodil Delight and color only these outside, oh, not that side, these outside petals here. And as it dries, those darker tones will kind of blend in. And then we're not coloring inside the flower base. Okay, we're just going to leave that ivory and then just with the slate accents. You can turn this over and attach it inside your card now. Okay, so my card, I've got my little section popping out towards me. That's what I want. I'm going to open it straight upwards. So this is the inside note card. Like so. Okay, so that when you close it, you've got this pop out thing in front of you. Now for your panel, we have one piece of Pear Pizzazz and one piece of Designer Series paper. Make sure that your Pear Pizzazz has your long section facing towards you and your short section facing the top of your workspace, so that when you put your paper down, it is the right way. Okay, so let's attach that with tape. Where I stamped on the back. Nobody's gonna see it, and only you know it's there. Okay. There we go. So make sure you've got this in front of you with the designer series paper closest to you and the small little pack or section above. Turn it over, and we're going to put adhesive in the bottom of this long strip here, okay? So all the way across the bottom for one strip, and then we're actually going to put a second one right above it. Don't go too far above it, it just goes like right on top of it so that you can attach it to this little base, okay? It's, you know, it's almost the same thickness. We don't need it measured perfectly, but you do want more than just the one strip, okay? So this is flat. Make sure your poppy out section's at the bottom. We're gonna attach in kind of like the middle of this section and line it up all the way to the bottom. Okay, so I've lined it up to the bottom of my card. And now this is the only thing that's attached at the moment. Betty, that's a wonderful question. I absolutely have extra cards. So if you are watching and you want an extra set of cards, you can certainly get those. They're $15, and that goes for anyone who didn't even get a first set. They're $15 or free with a $35 order. So there we go. Okay, let's turn this over. We're putting adhesive now on the top of the mini section, and we're gonna put one in this base here too. Okay, so let's do the mini section first. I'm using tape so you can see what I'm doing. I won't take it off yet. So top of the mini section, and then you can see I'm not going to put tape in these edges because that would be showing through. But if I was to fold this over, it's going to cover under here. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of use the base behind here for visualization, if you will. And I've put one piece of tape near the top of my little tag and one in this folding section. Okay, so take those pieces off, fold this down, and we are good to go. This is what you should have at the moment. It's kind of popping out thing. Doesn't open like all the way. So I guess it kind of does. You kind of feel like you're forcing it. But there you go. There's your card base. Now let's talk daffodils. We're going to build these and then attach them to the card, okay? So in your little kit, you should have one stem and two of the leaves. There are two different types of leaves, so I just gave you one of each. And then you should also have a white and a yellow, and then two pinwheels and two funky pinwheels and a tag. Okay, so let's start building our pinwheels. So they're both the same, doesn't matter which one you use. The easiest way to put these together is just take one glue dot, put it right in the middle of the wonky pinwheel, and you will have to kind of flip this around. Oh, I did it right the first time. Okay, you might, let me just do it wrong. Look, they don't fit beautifully. So just turn it until they're where you want them to be. They'll, for the most part, it fits together perfectly, but let's say you're just kind of off like this one. It just doesn't look right. This is hanging off the edge. So you just want to kind of turn the center until you find the one that matches a little bit nicer. Okay, so second glue dot. Don't even know if that was the right one. That's the right one. There we go. It's just a guessing game a little bit. So here's two pinwheels, and then you can attach this one too. Just make sure your glue dot is in this really kind of solid part of the flower. And if you want, you could always take a couple dots of Tombow for the top of your flower. It really won't matter. You don't have to do this. As long as it's attached somehow. This one gets layered up right on top. Okay, so I have 3 parts to work with. How do I get this flower? Okay, step number 1. Take your 2 pinwheels, put a dimensional on the back of one of them, and put them opposite one another. So you're not lining them up nicely this time. You are purposely making them askew. Okay, really fun, kind of fun. Now we're going to take this centerpiece and put a dimensional on the back, maybe a couple of them. And instead of putting this like straight in the middle, like a flower center would be, you're just going to angle it however you want in the middle of your flower. Okay, so technically you could line it like this, but when I put it on the flower, it'll be at an angle. Okay, and then we're going to start building. Okay, so move that to the top. Bring this down. We're going to start with, oh, pardon me. Oh, we're going to start with our 3 pieces of grass here, okay? So here I am going to grab my liquid glue, and the one that I'm starting with is the centerpiece, because that's just the easiest thing for you to do. You don't have to do tons of glue, just enough that a couple points are going to hold. And you will be making this longer than the card itself. We'll trim it later, or you can even trim it right now if it's bothering you. Okay, there you go. See, it's beautiful. But I like that they're longer than what you need. Okay, because you don't need this right at the top, because your flower's going on top of it. Okay, so the center of your card, or even just slightly to the left, completely up to you. And then pick your next leaf. It doesn't matter which order. I did the one that has the longer broad space. I'm going to put it at an angle, like so, and maybe even move that up a tiny bit. Just hit right at the bottom. There we go. Okay, there's my next leaf, so that I'm kind of crisscrossing them. And the last one, you guessed it, going on the other side at an opposite angle. And this can come off the card too. It doesn't have to stay in this center section. Hats off to me for punching out all those little pieces. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. And to be honest, I appreciate the thanks, but it's like my excuse to watch Netflix. I just tell Nathan that I have to do it because I'm prepping for a class. So I may or may not prep like more pieces sometimes just because I want alone time. And then he watches the kids. Shh, don't tell him. Then you'll ruin my plan and you won't get intricate cards. Okay, here's my flowers at the moment. Let's talk about this little guy here. I'm going to put him up on more dimensionals just because I can. And just put them on whatever flower is in the back. Okay, so 3 along that little flower. And he can get popped up wherever you want him to. Oh, maybe I'll move you over a little bit. There you go. All right, there's my beautiful daffodil. Okay, so I did like what Cindy did because she crisscrossed all her grass and it looks really nice, but you maybe like are missing something here. So this is where she put a tag. I think she used one of our punches. I just used also one of our punches. I'll find it for you, because I forget the name. It is a good tag punch though, so I should remember this. Okay, this is the Label Me Fancy punch. This guy. That's what I used, but if you have any little thing, you're welcome to use that too. Okay, so for your sentiment, the world's your oyster. You can use whatever you want. If you wanted to bring in this special moments set again, because hey, you bought it, you can. The daffodil set is beautiful, but it only has a Mother's Day and a Happy Easter sentiment, which we'll use the Mother's Day one for some other card closer to Mother's Day. But I just have been getting a lot of use out of this. So I used the Amazing stamp set for one, and for someone who's wonderful for the other. But I have the Amazing set mounted and out, so let's go ahead and use it. We're using Memento Black, but if you wanted, you could use like Early Espresso or even a green, something to tie it in, whatever you want. Just a card to say you're amazing. And turn him over, because you guessed it, we want some dimensionals just on the two ends, because you really don't need it in this middle section where the stems are overlapping already. Okay? And that just goes right in there. Voila! Beautiful cards. I really like the design, and I do hope that you guys go and watch the video today, or even just take a quick little screenshot right now of these two, because you're using the exact same measurements and layouts to make these ones as well. So this one would be using the Tulip Bundle and the Flowering Fields designer paper. This one is using the Rainbow of Happiness and the coordinating designer series paper too. There. So before I let you guys go, I really had a lot of fun. I think I started it maybe 3 months ago, just doing some, I called them my customer care draws. So just a little thank you to those of you who are supporting my business and stuff like that. So if you placed an order in December, I put your names into my beautiful wheel of names, as long as it hasn't deleted. There we go. Yes, all your names are here. And we'll go full screen. So what I'm going to do is I have 3 prizes up for grabs. And next month, of course, anyone who orders in January, your names are in here too. So this includes all the people who are part of the monthly group, because you guys are guaranteeing an order. This includes all of my online orders. This includes all of the random orders that I got throughout the month that said, hey, I need something. I did put your names in here again too. Or if you came to a specialty class, your name got put in here as well if you placed an order to qualify for the class. So for January, for example, there will be no entries for the specialty class because it's $45. No like buying option. It's the 45 covers all the prizes and the bingo games and stuff, but you will get draw entries if you're placing orders tonight or throughout the month. And what I'm also going to do is just to give you a little incentive. So many of you guys post the projects that you make at these classes, and I am going to give you entries if you tag me in them. So if you're like, hey, thanks at Lauren's Scrap Lot for a great crafting night, had a lot of fun, or you can just say like crafted with at Lauren's Scrap Lot, blah blah blah, whatever you want to say. But if you tag me in it and stuff like that, I will give you another entry into the draw, just because, to be honest guys, like I'm not meeting a lot of new people, and so it's your friends and your people who are seeing cards and kind of liking them and whatever, that maybe I can touch base with them and invite them in and stuff like that too. So let's see who our winners are. I have a couple prizes. Lost one of them. Had 3 things here. Where did you go? I had 3 prizes and I don't know where the 3rd one went. This is what happens when oh, there they are. I don't just have 3 prizes, I have 5 prizes. Okay, that's why. First prize is a Island Vibes Sale-A-Bration stamp set. So, I know all of us are sick of winter. I thought maybe this would be nice. There's so many ideas already out there for what to do with this set, and I'm excited for whoever wins it to play with it as well. Okay? Jennifer Williams. Nice. All right. So Jennifer, you have this one here. Next prize is a roll of Night of Navy satin ribbon. Cindy Roberts. Awesome. The next prize is a roll of Fresh Freesia and Basic White striped ribbon. This one's also a satin kind of feel. Stella. Nice. Stella Egan. And I have some faux sea glass shapes. So we're going to play with these in a few months, but they're very cute. Sharon Ezard. Pardon the spelling. I type really fast on here. But I know who I mean. And sometimes it autocorrects my spelling. And last but not least, I have a roll of Bermuda Bay sheer ribbon. Or sorry, Pool Party, I think. Betty! Yay! So thank you to everyone who ordered last month, and whether you're ordering class kits or you're signing up for events or you're ordering product, I do really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy whatever you did buy or experienced, and I hope that you're excited for doing more with me. So if you're just kind of a monthly club person, I will see you next month on the 2nd Tuesday of the month. And if you're interested in more info about specialty classes, I do have them posted on my site, or you can message me and I can get you signed up. Remember, paper shares are open. Check that out tonight if you want one, because I'm going to kind of close it after that. Probably by tomorrow I'll close them. And then the bingo event as well. If you want a spot, let me know, because I do need to make sure that I have enough make and takes prepared and prizes and everything. The more people we have, the better the prizes are. Just an FYI. Excuse me. So I'm gonna just stay on for about a minute. If you have any questions about tonight that you want to just ask quickly, I can answer them, or feel free to private message me as well if you prefer. But thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you guys have a wonderful time enjoying our break in the weather. You guys are more than welcome. I'm glad that you enjoyed it, Sharon and Sheila and everyone else. I know you're all enjoying the cards. Okay, well, it looks like we're good. So I will see you guys later. Make sure to watch my weekly episodes of Show Me How It's Done. And I'm really excited to see what you guys are making too. Bye!